cruel social media remarks. Facebook comments have been pouring in after 4 people died while hiking.
So you're dealing with an addicted generation.
This is a big time bomb ticking.
These kids who commit suicide, you go look at their Instagrams, you would have no clue. People who spend more time on Facebook suffer higher rates of depression than people who spend less time on Facebook. It'll destroy relationships, it'll cost time, and it'll cost money, and it'll make your life worse.
To be human means that you are persuadable.
We now know that many of the major social media companies hire individuals called attention engineers who borrow principles from Las Vegas casino gambling, among other places, to try to make these products as addictive as possible.
We are all vulnerable to social approval. We really care what other people think of us. When you upload a new photo of yourself on Facebook, that's a moment where our mind is very...
Seeing as we have the world at a click of a button, today we're going to be having in-depth conversations about social media, the use of social media, and how it can negatively or positively impact the youth of today. How often do you use social media?
Probably every day.
Definitely every day, pretty much every hour.
Quite a lot. A lot, like every day.
Very often.
All the time, all day, every day.
What's your favourite social media platform and why?
Probably Snapchat or Instagram because it's what I use to message all my friends.
Snapchat, because I talk to my friends on there.
Probably Snapchat because I use it to talk to friends, and it's like you can post a picture and never see it again.
Instagram and Snapchat for like socialising with my friends. For socialising, Snapchat because everyone else is on there, and then in general probably Instagram.
Yes, Instagram because it has the most stuff on it, yeah.
State 1 or 2 emotions that you feel when using social media.
Probably quite happy, to be honest.
Feel good, feel entertained.
I feel confused sometimes. I feel entertained and then slightly like upset because there's a lot of shit on there you don't see.
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm like happy or excited because something might be happening on social media, or it could be sad because something might be bad happening. Insecurity, excitement, and happiness.
Happiness.
Jesus, he's deep. I don't really feel any way. I don't feel anything. It's just kind of like meaningless scrolling.
Can you name a pro of social media?
It's a good way to interact with people, stay in touch with people, and post about your life.
It's a good way to interact with people and find opportunities, maybe jobs as well.
Seeing what your friends are like up to and like socialising.
Pro is you can talk to people all over the world. Con is it's just quite toxic sometimes.
Would you say that you need to try and limit your social media use, and if so, why?
No, because I don't believe that I use it an unhealthy amount.
Yeah, I might have to limit my time because like seeing like a lot of different lifestyles, a lot of perfect lifestyles can maybe take a toll on you after a while.
Yeah, I use it way too much and I rely on it too much, so sometimes I have to take a break.
Increase?
That increases it.
No, not anymore.
Increase it? No. No.
100%, and because it's time consuming and it's not that important.
Has social media had a negative or positive impact on your mental health, and if so, why?
I feel like it can have quite a negative impact on people's lives because it gives people, the fear of missing out. It can make people quite unhappy about everyone else having a happy life online, but theirs is nothing compared to that.
No, I don't think it has.
Quite a negative impact, like you see stuff you don't want to see, like it's easier to like hear mean messages from people, and there's just a lot of hatred on there sometimes.
Yeah, probably because of like friendship issues, I don't know.
Overall, probably negative because I've become a lot more insecure. This sounds really depressing.
It is depressing.
Probably negative just because it's consuming and it doesn't do anything for my mental stability.
Okay, last question. If you are having difficult time, do you ever abstain from social media?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I try to, but I don't think I do.
Not really, no.
No, I actually go back to it because it's just a way of rinsing out more time, and it's just the sad cycle of life, but it's true.
Social media has created jealous behaviour over illusions. Sadly, some are envious of things, relationships and lifestyles that don't even exist. We are living in an era where captivating moments on our phones is more important than actually living these moments with whoever is beside us. Never before has a generation so diligently recorded themselves, accomplishing so little. If our lives are defined by social medias, everything must become way too cool. Since all we post about is the glamours of life, not the things that make us look like a fool. Would you post about the top that didn't fit or an old album that you absurdly thought was a hit? Perhaps it's a life that makes you belong to a society you had always longed. It's time to think whether it's right to go after things that only might be looking so bright. The day the first iPhone launched, the world changed forever.
These are not 3 separate devices. This is one device, and we are calling it iPhone.
That day, the world changed, and the iPhone became a new addictive accessory to our lives. Something that we can't live without. We are vulnerable to the idea of posting a picture of ourselves, waiting for the likes and responses. We based our own perception of each other on likes and comments. Social media and suicide is a relatively new phenomenon which concerns social media's influence on suicide-related behaviour. In recent studies, teenagers and young adults who spend most of their time on social media platforms were shown to have a 66% higher rate of reported depression than those who spend less time. With suicide deaths going up each year due to online-related behaviour, is social media good for you? Surveys show that 99% of teens, ages 13 to 17, have used social media. 75% of that have reported to have at least one active social media profile. However, social media can have a negative effect on teens, distracting them, disturbing their sleep, exposing them to bullying, rumour spreading, and unrealistic views of other people's lives. Social media is no more than an accessible and intimate outlet for creating expression. A user shares 1 out of 100 photos taken, just as a poet publishes 1 out of 100 pieces of writing. The creator captions from their unique perspective, differently than yours would. It is a way for us to all share the creativity that lies inside us. Don't allow this selective expression to take away from the satisfaction you have about your own life. What we see is creatively crafted and selected. There is always much more to the story.